Das ist ja magisch. Wahnsinn.
You know, they say college is for learning, but the most important lesson I ever learned didn't happen in a classroom. It happened at 2:30 in the morning on a random Thursday, involving a guy named Sticky Fingers Pete and a massive amount of spray-on adhesive. Pause. See, I was living in this old creaky Victorian house with 4 of my best friends. We were broke, we were tired, and we were halfway through a marathon of 80s action movies. We had the volume up loud, which is probably why the burglar thought he could just stroll in through the basement window. But our basement floor, it's covered in empty soda can. It's basically a homemade security system. Sound of a loud crunch in the voice, crunch. We all froze. My roommate Derek, who's a 6'5" guy with the heart of a golden retriever, looks at me and whispers, "Oh, did the house just..." We grabbed our... I had a heavy frying. Derek had a souvenir baseball bat, and our friend Leo grabbed a pressurized canister of grip-tight construction adhesive and a bag of... Because Leo is a chaotic genius. Increasing we crept down those stairs like we were SEAL team. We round the corner into the laundry room, and there this guy is wearing a leather jacket, and he's currently trying to stuff our ancient, dusty Xbox into a gym. We see fast, energetic. He tries to dive back out the window, but Derek, being the absolute unit that he is, grabs the guy by his belt and yanks him back in like he's a disobedient pup. The guy starts yelping, I'm sorry, just let me go." Now normally you call the cops, but the police station in our town is notoriously slow. Last time we called about a noise complaint, they showed up 3 days later. So Leo looks at the spray adhesive, then looks at the guy, and gets this evil glint in his eye. Laughing slightly, he goes, "Guys, if we let him go, he'll just come back. We need to make sure he sticks around." Slower, descriptive. We dragged him out to the backyard. We didn't hit him, but we told him if he moved, Derek would sit on. And nobody wants that. First, we used about 3 rolls of industrial-strength plastic wrap. We started at his ankles and worked our way up. Every time he tried to wiggle, Leo would hit the plastic with a fresh layer of that construction. By the time we were at his waist, he looked like a human cocoon. But then, things got excited. We realized we had a giant bin of patriotic decorations from the 4th of July. We're talking red, white, and blue streamers, plastic stars, and about 5 pounds of silver glitter. While the guy is begging for mercy, saying he'll never rob anyone again, we are literally decorating him. We glued a pair of eagle wings made of cardboard to his back. We covered the plastic wrap in so much silver glitter that he was visible from space. At this point, he isn't a burglar anymore. He is a shimmering patriotic monument to bad life choices, whispering, but we weren't done. We had this old broken-down riding lawnmower in the shed. We lifted him up, and man, that guy was heavy with all that glue, and we duct-taped him to the seat of the mower. Then, we wheeled the mower right to the edge of the sidewalk, right under the brightest street lamp on the block. We put a pair of oversized sunglasses on him and a sign that said, "I tried to steal the Xbox. Now I am the art." Calm, conversational. Then we just went back inside. We made some grilled cheese sandwiches and watched the rest of our movie through the front window. About an hour later, a patrol car finally cruises by. It slows down, stops, then reverses. 2 cops get out. They stand there for a solid 3 minutes, just staring at this shimmering, glittery, winged creature tied to a lawnmower. Voice of a confused cop. Dispatch? You're not gonna believe this, but we found the suspect. Yeah, he's currently a very shiny Birdman on a John Deere. Laughing. The cops were laughing so hard they had to lean on each other to stay upright. They didn't even yell at us. They just asked if they could take a picture before they cut him loose. One of them told us it was the best community service he'd seen in 20 years on the force. The best part? The guy had to be processed at the station while still covered in silver glitter. He looked like a disco ball in his mugshot, fading out. So if you ever come to our neighborhood, leave the electronics alone, or you might just end up as our next backyard art project. Trust me, glitter never comes out of a leather jacket. Would you like me to add